guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to the 2015 Survivor Series. Now, I'm recording this quite late tonight, so I need to be quieter than usual, but we still have a stacked show. We've got 24 segments, just the 2 pre-show matches basically, because everybody we intend to use is on the main card because of all the multi-man matches. And yeah, there's a lot of angles. I think I managed to balance it like 65-35 in terms of matches to angles. So we've done a lot better with the angles, but it's really just to hype up all the big matches we've got this evening. Where are we booking the show? Well, we're booking the show from Miller Park in the Great Lakes region. I believe that is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as far as I'm led to believe. But yeah, really just trying to get as good a show as possible. Get these storylines we've been running. Obviously, the Undertaker and Kane against the Wyatt family, the Royalty against John Cena, and of course that big 6-man main event Elimination Chamber. A little bit of news before we start. Ryback failed the wellness policy, so I had to get a last minute replacement. But he's here, he's in, he's booked, and let's start with the show. Enjoy guys, this is Survivor Series 2015. So we get 33,804 fans in attendance, that's pretty good. And about they had some solid in-ring action, but non-existent crowd heat. Kalisto defeated Curtis Axel in 6:21 with a Del Sol driver. D-40 as we continue the build-up of Kalisto these days. There were no skill improvements, and the dirt sheet just has a few negatives there, but we're going to build him up and hopefully get him over to beat our Rey Mysterio down the line. In our second pre-show match, I had some good action, but not much in the way of heat. Bad News Barrett defeats Heath Slater in 8 minutes and 14 by pinfall with a wasteland. C60 just getting Barrett some momentum. There were no skill improvements here, and the negatives for both men with poor gimmicks, the length of the match, and the inconsistency of the one-man rock band. Now it's time for the pay-per-view. So Michael Cole starts us saying hello everyone and welcome to the 29th annual Survivor Series, where tonight we celebrate 25 years of The Undertaker, and what a night it is for the dead man. JBL says, that's right Maggle, the biggest icon in this industry and his brother Kane take on the Wyatts in a 2-on-3 handicap match. But the big factor, the big decider in this is the Braun Strowman factor. Michael Cole says, we also have the promise of Royalty joining us, as Bad News Barrett has promised John Cena a new challenger will take the US title away from him. With GBL saying, an unnamed opponent for Cena with no chance to prepare. Does this mean Cena for once is the underdog? And of course Jerry King Lawler's there as well, who can forget King. And speaking of the underdogs, Dean Ambrose must defend his WWE World Heavyweight title against 5 other men, including his friend Roman Reigns, all within the destructive Elimination Chamber structure. All this and more is Survivor Series 2015. So good intro there, a C plus 70, continues 3 storylines, no skill improvements, and Michael Cole got high morale, so pretty decent start there considering everyone's over this. We start the show with the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, in a match that had some good action, but not much in the way of heat. The New Day defeated Primetime players, the Dudleys and Awesome Truth in 14:32. The order of elimination was the Primetime players, then Awesome Truth, and then finally the Dudley Boys. New Day make defense number 2 of the WWE World Tag Team Championships. C-56, this does its job, keeps the New Day going over. Obviously Primetime players were there to be jobbers. He continues this tag team storyline, unsure. I got a few teams in mind where I'm going to go against New Day. We'll keep that quiet though. Miz was off his game. Titus O'Neil and Bubba Ray Dudley improved their performance skills. Negatives here. Far too many. But still I'm happy with C-56 to open the show. All through the night, we're going to have promo packages with every man involved within the Elimination Chamber match, telling the world their thoughts on tonight's main event. First up is the best in the world at what he does, Chris Jericho. So why will Chris Jericho win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Well, why not? I am by far the most decorated wrestler in this match, and I have far more experience than the rest put together. I am the best wrestler in the world today, and this Sunday I prove it, showing you hypocrites not to cheer for Roman Reigns, not for Dean Ambrose, but for Chris Jericho. Jericho proving his point That was a B-74 for Y2J's promo. Each one of the wrestlers will have a promo building up to their match, which is why a lot of the time went to promos. We're then with Renee Young, who is with the boss, Sasha Banks, just moments before she challenges Charlotte for the Divas Championship. Renee says, Sasha, you are just moments away from taking on Charlotte for the Divas Championship. What are your thoughts going into this match? The boss says, my thoughts, Renee honey, is obvious. I'm already planning the post-match celebration, where the boss is going to party tonight. Renee asks, do you feel that you're overlooking Charlotte? To which the boss replies, excuse me? What? Have you ever watched NXT? Charlotte hasn't defeated me any time recently when we fought, and tonight will remain the same when the boss shows the world how to wrestle and do it with flair. So Sasha getting under the skin of Renee Young, overlooking Charlotte so far, and that's an E plus 31. So of course we need to build her up massively. That'll take a lot of time. But the match went okay, and about had some solid in-ring action, but non-existent crowd heat. Charlotte defeated Sasha Banks in 11:56 by pinfall. Charlotte making defence number 2 of her WWE Divas title. D plus 52, I just felt it's too early to put the title on Sasha. She'll get it eventually. Obviously we rushed this, but we'll make it a decent feud down the line. Only negatives were Sasha Banks' gimmick and the title prestige. But I'd just rather have Charlotte and Sasha Banks than anybody else competing for that title at the moment. Next up, it's the former Money in the Bank Sheamus. So why will the Celtic Warrior Sheamus win the Elimination Chamber? I won the WWE Championship within 6 months of my debut. I'm a former King of the Ring, Royal Rumble winner, United States Champion, and Money in the Bank holder. All these credentials mean I have nothing to prove, and it's more a matter of time before I am champion again. If any of these men get in my way, they will fear the brogue, as he slaps his chest. So C plus 71, and that's just Sheamus building up why he thinks he will win the Elimination Chamber. We then cut to Michael Cole before our next contest. We are disappointed to announce that Ryback, who was scheduled to compete in tonight's 4 vs 4 elimination match, has been suspended due to failing the WWE wellness policy. This first strike means he will be suspended for 30 days. JBL says it'll be interesting to see if Ziggler can find a replacement. Michael. C plus 67. Good that we can still put Ryback in angles despite not being with the company, because he's off screen, and that's just highlighting he won't be here. All 7 men confirmed for the Survivor Series match are in the ring. Team Ziggler has only 3 members, but who is number 4? The babyfaces point to the ramp, and here comes the Mexican aristocrat, Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio is back in the WWE and is a part of Team Ziggler. What does this mean? Can he be trusted? The initial plan was to bring Del Rio in on Raw as a heel. The Ryback suspension screwed me. So I thought, let's bring him in as a babyface. He's in the company anyway. Took him to AAA. It gives us some star power as well. So good that I get a fan favourite gimmick of an 88 rating, B-76. That gives us a bit more star power, having Del Rio, and hopefully we can build him up. The match itself and about it featured great action and average heat. Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, Neville, and Alberto Del Rio defeated Kevin Owens, Rusev, Mark Henry, and Stardust in an elimination match in 14 minutes and 31. Neville went first, followed by Stardust, Rusev, then Cesaro, then Mark Henry, then Dolph Ziggler, and then finally Kevin Owens. So Alberto Del Rio was your sole survivor. A C62. That storyline will be done. I'm just gonna. I think Lana's back for injury like after this show, so we'll sort out with her. We'll just forget her and Dolph ever had an angle. But Stardust improves his performance skills, as does Ziggler, as does Neville, and Alberto and Ziggler improve their Rumble skills. So overall, that's the advantage of the multi-man matches. But a few negatives there. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. It's decent as long as the angles get over at this moment in time. We're now here for the Big Show, who keeps his promo short and sweet. 7 feet tall, 405 pounds, the world's largest athlete. A 6-time world champion, a 1-time ECW champion, an Intercontinental champion, a United States champion, a 3-time hardcore champion, 8-time Tag Team Champion, and the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. Need I say any more? Thank you to Wikipedia for all those stats. But just Big Show naming off all his accolades to show he's won all this. Why can't he win the title again? That's a C+ 70, no skill improvements. Just Big Show getting a bonus for a good gimmick. Next up, Becky Lynch is backstage with Renee, who asks who has got a partner going to be for this evening. If she has one. Becky says, of course, and she shouts over to the production who play the video for the debuting Asuka. Pretty much was a giveaway, it was already going to be Asuka. I don't want to have so much hype about it. Just gradually debut her and get her some wins over time. E26 for Asuka's video vignette, which leads us into a match. It had solid in-ring action, but non-existent crowd heat, as Asuka and Becky Lynch defeat the Bella Twins and Emma and Paige in a triple threat tag team match. The order of elimination was Emma and Paige first, and then the Bella Twins. D+49, that's a decent debut for them at the moment, considering how the men's ratings are much higher. Diva storyline continues, no skill improvements, quite a few negatives, again mostly for the Bella Twins, so I love how a lot of that is low morale, just purely because I job them out to people less over, but that's how you build stars. So happy with that, and hopefully we can start Asuka and Becky Lynch's push. November 18, 2012. 3 men debuted as members of The Shield, but one of them was the man, the architect, the man who made it all happen, and that was me, Seth Rollins. The future of the WWE took that one step forward and became Mr. Money in the Bank, and then at WrestleMania I became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, defeating both Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I was having a great time as champion, and then Dean Ambrose took the easy way out to defeat me. So Ambrose, tonight is the night the man becomes the man again. C+67. Only negatives here, done to a cold crowd and a poor gimmick, but we have to build Seth up again, and that's his hype promo for that match. Time for John Cena and his US challenge. He makes his entrance to a thunderous pop, he hits the ring, and he takes the mic. So tonight's the big night, huh? Bad News Barrett's big member of royalty is going to make their appearance. Well, let me tell you something, Mr. King, or whoever you are. You're facing John Cena, the face who runs the place. So good luck tonight, because you're going to need it. Let's see who you are. You want some? Come get some. It's a B-77 to hype up this match. The storyline continues. Negatives here, just short, poor gimmick and the cold crowd, but at -77, the way we're going is pretty okay. Bad News Barrett's music hits and he comes to ringside with a mic, but refuses to enter the ring. So Cena, are you ready to meet your opponent? The true definition in wrestling of wrestling royalty in this day and age. The man who is single-handedly going to kick your arse. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the Prince, Finn Balor. Couldn't have made it any more obvious, guys. I was putting him in every dark match to get him over before he debuted. The crowd goes wild as JBL and Cole name off his credentials from New Japan Pro Wrestling and from NXT and talk about how Finn Balor is a worldwide star. It's Finn Balor challenging John Cena. It's for the US title and it's next. A C-59, no skill improvements, and 2 negatives there are mostly for Barrett, all good for Finn Balor. The match itself, and about it featured great action and a good crowd. Finn Balor defeats John Cena in 17:58 by pinfall, following interference from Bad News Barrett. Finn Balor wins the WWE United States Championship. I have sacrificed Cena's morale to get the title off Cena to put it on Balor, so expect like half of John Cena's family to start getting contracts. A B-76 though. Cena's off his game, it continues the storyline, no skill improvements. Only negatives are the inconsistency and poor gimmick and title prestige, all on John Cena, so all positives from Finn Balor, but that's him fully on the roster, and we can start pushing the Demon, or as we'll now be knowing as the Prince. It's all over, and we have a new United States champion, and it's down to the interference of Bad News Barrett. He attacks Cena with a bullhammer and lets Balor take advantage for the win. He grabs the title and heads out to the ring with Barrett, who puts Balor up on his shoulders to let the little man celebrate his moment. John Cena has been screwed yet again. So C62 just rubbing in the fact that Balor's the new champion. Finn's learning to show some more charisma, which is good. And negatives again, just bad news, Barrett. That Roman Reigns promo. Time after time again I get told, Roman, you don't deserve that, or Roman, you can't succeed. I won the Royal Rumble, I was moments away from being the champ, screwed by Seth Rollins. I was moments away from being the Money in the Bank, screwed by Bray Wyatt. Tonight, Roman Reigns is my night, and if I have to defeat Dean Ambrose, it's just the way it is. Are we getting a little heel turn there for Roman? Interesting. C plus 66 as we try and get Roman over. Nothing spectacular from him, believe that. Then I have a hype video documenting the feud between the Brothers of Destruction and the Wyatt family. It shows the struggles that Undertaker and Kane have overcome against the terrible trio of Bray Wyatt and his family members Luke Harper and Braun Strowman, while the Undertaker's marks 25 years of WWE with a massive win, while the family reign supreme. C-58, I think that's a lot down to Kane and Luke Harper, but no skill improvements, and it fell a little bit flat. Match itself, again, pretty poor, but all my matches have been pretty poor recently. In a match that had some good action and average heat, the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman, Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt defeated Kane and The Undertaker in a handicap match in 17-15 when Bray Wyatt defeated Kane with a standing senton splash. We'll just say won by Sister Abigail. C64, great chemistry between Undertaker and Kane. Continues the storyline. No skill improvements, which is disappointing. I wanted to get Strowman a bit better there. Not as many negatives, but what I did is I protected Taker and I protected a book strong Taker and Braun Strowman just to make them look good, and hopefully that can help Braun Strowman going forward. So I want to try and keep it realistic and build him into a proper monster. Bray pins Kane and the Wyatts win, but all of a sudden all three members of the family start to attack The Undertaker, hitting him with lefts and rights. Taker starts to fight back before Harper nails him with the discus lariat. Braun Strowman picks up The Undertaker and grabs him in his version of a sleeper, pretty much rendering The Undertaker helpless. Wyatt mocks him and shouts, "Who has the strong family now, dead man?" before he picks him up and nails him with Sister Abigail. All three members of the Wyatts then grab The Undertaker and lift him from ringside. What the hell does that mean? So they've walked off with Taker, pretty much similar to the angle they had in Raw that one time, the pay-per-view last time. They've taken him away. D plus 50, Taker looks good, Wyatt looked good, Braun Strowman looked underwhelming, but hopefully these kind of angles can help Braun Strowman, because there's a lot of negatives there. Next up, we've got the Dean Ambrose promo. You're a little strange, you're a little bit out there, you're a little bit of a lunatic. That's me alright. I'm Dean Ambrose and I'm your World Heavyweight Champion. And after tonight I will remain your champ. I will do whatever it takes, put my body through anything to ensure that that belt is still mine. So the rest can bring their A game, and I'll bring my crazy game. So just a hype promo there for Dean Ambrose before the main event. A B-74. Quite a few negatives here with Dean Ambrose, but hopefully we can have a good match in the main event. Fingers crossed. I do feel we are going to be losing massive pop here, because segments haven't really delivered as much as I'd like. Yeah, it was a decent main event match. And about it featured great action and a good crowd. Dean Ambrose defeated The Big Show, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Sheamus, and Chris Jericho in the Chamber in 29-41. The other elimination was The Big Show, Roman Reigns would have been next. It'd be Chris Jericho, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, then Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose makes defense number 1 of his WWE World Heavyweight title. B-76. Ambrose and Big Show were off their game. Ambrose improving rumble skills, Sheamus improving technical skills. A lot of inconsistency, a few poor gimmicks. Overall I thought that was okay. I was really expecting that to flop and hoping the angles would have helped it, but at B-76, I'm pleased with that. And end the show, god damn it, that's got a poor rating. Somehow, someway, Dean Ambrose has overcame the odds and retained his WWE World Heavyweight Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. He just gets to his feet and the referee gives him his title, he just lifts it up. Roman Reigns starts to get to his feet, and him and Ambrose have a long 2-minute stare down. Will Roman attack him? Roman extends his hand and Ambrose hesitates before shaking it. Roman pulls him in and both men embrace in a hug. While Roman raises Ambrose's hand and points that he is the man. Roman leaves the ring and allows Ambrose to have his moment. C plus 68, no heel turn here. Lunatic Fringe has managed to survive and retain his championship. So I felt that could have been a bit better. I think we'll probably lose Pop everywhere. I felt my stories have come across okay, it's just the angles have been disappointing. And a lack of overness in people is going to cost us, but we get a very, very poor rating. Very, very poor. Can't afford to be getting a C plus 66 at Survivor Series, that's for sure. Braun Strowman was used too much. The general feeling is we don't have enough storylines going on. That's cool. It's after a pay-per-view, we refresh them anyway. We actually gained Pop in 20 regions, probably lost Pop in Britain, Canada and America. So not a great show. I need to be getting 80s at least now. A C plus 66 is very poor, but I was hoping that Taker would get us a better rating. I felt the Ambrose promo would help and the post-match and Taker's match would help. But that's probably because I've used Braun Strowman so much. But it shows how much faith I've got in him and how much I'm going to push him. But we'll give Dean Ambrose, Sasha Banks and Charlotte, because their match actually did well for a Divas match with little overness. So pointing out as a good example and praise for a great performance. So Ambrose is pleased, Sasha's pleased, and so is Charlotte. So again, we're still suffering from people not being over. That's part of the mod, that's cool, that's why it's a challenge. I just hope we don't suffer so much to the stage where we end up national, or there's big problems. But people enjoyed the show, that's good. I'm going to check quickly by size. 69s and 68s, so we can allow it to slip a little bit more, but ideally we need to be targeting the 76s each show to get a little bit better. So a lot of people are unhappy. Goldust is back from injury, that's a good sign. Put you in the mid card, don't have anything for you, but you know, between now and booking the show I might get some sort of plan somewhere. Scott Stanford's contract, never really going to use him. Don't mind him in real life, but no injuries, nothing to use him. Del Rio's grilling schedule, he'll be fine now because he's no longer on the Indies, and we got a 6.95 for a buy rate. These are stats, which is our highest buy rate so far, so I think we just need to keep trying to improve. It is going to take time because of people's overness, but we can get there, we definitely can. So we have a couple of weeks until TLC, 3 weeks into December, so 4-week build, that's quite cool. We'll change up the storylines. Last little thing I want to just quickly show you, let's check the overness. There are 2 projects. Braun Strowman, 32 overness, so we took him from 15 overness to 32, so we've doubled that, that's decent. In my booking of Finn Balor, it's taken him from 43 up to a 62, roughly, or a 61 pending where, so that's decent. Let's hope it's just not affected John Cena too much. No ideas of storylines going forward at the moment. I'd say the only one you're guaranteed to be getting is Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler because of the attack before the event. In fact, we'll quick look as well. As I say, Orton's back in a day. He might make it back for tomorrow, or I might hold him off television for a bit. Ryback's now 22 days. We get 2 months and a week before Daniel Bryan's back. 36 days for Eric Rowan. A year and 3 months, 3 weeks for Jey Uso, because I'm screwed up his surgery. A week for Lana. Same amount of time for Sting as there was for Daniel Bryan. Another 11 months for Tyson Kidd. So that's it for this episode, guys. Let me know what you think about the show. Will I ever get a rating over 70? It remains to be seen. Hopefully we will, and if you enjoyed it, of course, remember and hit that like button, as always. And if you haven't already subbed, hit the sub button, and these videos will drop every Monday for Monday Night Raw, or every Sunday there is a pay-per-view on. And also, we'll be looking to start up a new series pretty soon. I think TNA is going to go on hiatus for a little bit, because 2 shows a week in 2 hours, plus this is a bit too much. If I can get a couple like 1 hour shows, which will maybe take like small, snappy 5-6 minute videos, we get 2-3 of them done a week, and we can progress storylines like nothing else. So stay tuned for that, guys, but most importantly, Enjoy playing TW, and remember to check out the good people on Reddit /fantasybookers. Until next time, this is 21 Maxwell. See you all real soon. Bye bye.